Peace and love, people. I'm the therapeutic author, and today is an important day for me. Reason being is this young brother that I'm with, he done something that I found courageous, and I hold a lot of respect for him for it. He reached out to me on the gram, and when we got speaking, I realized, you know what? This young king's got a story, and his name's Elijah. More love, my family. More love. So, my bro, what made you reach out? What made you reach out? What is it that's been on your mind that you wanna talk about?
First thing I want to say is thank you for having me. No pleasure. Wonderful gym. I say what made me want to reach out is the lifestyle I've done so young, the experiences that I faced, the trials and tribulations that I've been through and I'm still facing currently. But most importantly, through all of this, what I want to be able to say after this is I've set my sights out for everything I wanted to ever to achieve, and I want to say that I've fought the fight, finished the race, and kept the faith throughout the ongoing things that have been happening in my life, the trials and tribulations. But I feel like that's what molded me, my shape, my character, my form into now. And most importantly, as a fighter, training your physical shape is better, but training your spiritual shape is even greater. My spiritual shape is stronger than ever right now. Physical shape even better. And my emotional intelligence for me to be able to pick things, rooms, the people, the characters that I meet is able and is better than anything that I am doing currently. So yeah.
That's powerful, bro. So within the 16 years of your life, you've been through a lot by the sounds of it. And boxing is something that has been basically, it sounds like it's been a pillar for you, basically, a foundation for you. Tell me a little bit about your story going back, or wherever you want to start from. Explain to me what your journey's been like thus far.
Yeah, so initially when I first started boxing, it was 6 years ago. A training camp came to my school around like years 5 or 6. When they came to me, they started doing pads and I was working with a guy. I started hitting the pads and the guy told me that I've got power. And then from then, like, it was like a little edge of, I've got something, I've got power, so what can I fight with the power I've got, you know? And then I kind of felt cool. I know I've got power, but I don't know what my purpose is. So if I fight with power, then that's not going to get me far. But if I fight with purpose, that's going to get me even further. And through the family I've lost, I'm fighting for purpose now.
Okay.
So boxing has molded me to do the things I want to do and set myself up for the things I want to achieve. And boxing now has become like something that's a life lesson to me, to keep my guard up, to know who's around me, you know, and to always be just sharp and vigilant, because people want to take you down, but you've got to remain strong. You've got to take those shots, those ones that you don't ever see coming. You have to take them. And that's strong. Yeah, you've got to be strong to do that.
So what you're saying is you're able to see how the fundamentals of boxing relates to life, basically.
Yeah, it's a metaphor for life. I use that as that because there's a lot of lessons boxing's taught me, life has taught me, that I've just got to put together and fix that myself. It's like puzzles and pieces, you know. And sometimes life is like a blur, but you just got to be able to clean your eyes out and just see further than ever.
Clarity, the importance of clarity.
Exactly.
So you're saying this person that came into the gym, he kind of, by telling you that you had power, it's set up for match in your brain.
Right.
But when was the first time you actually entered a boxing gym?
Yeah, so my dad took me into a boxing gym around, like, say 4 years ago. And then ever since I got there, I got there late. The coach told me to do like 100 burpees, 100 sit-ups, like 100 whatever. And then I done that, but then when I left the gym, it was like, I know I've got to pay the price for coming late. I never want to come late again, because I never want to suffer this. So then what made me want to go back in there was the discipline required to do that sort of things, because some people ain't going to come back after they've heard that they've got to do 100 push-ups, 100 punching jabs for how long, you know what I'm saying? So that molded me, and I know I can keep on coming back. Why not? Like, it's something that I've got is a requirement to do, so I've just got to keep on doing it and facing for that.
So, all right, so your boxing journey. We're going to touch on that a little bit more, about your boxing journey. But go back a little bit about some of the experiences that you've experienced prior to your boxing journey that have led you to where you are now with your mindset.
I think most importantly is the street life I used to live in.
Okay.
The place I grew up, South London.
Which part of South London did you grow up?
Peckham.
Okay.
Peckham, yeah. So the part I grew up in, there's a lot of, crime, violence, gang violence, street violence involved, and from young especially, I got myself involved in that.
Okay.
Holding a knife, trying to rob people, trying to do these stuff, but not knowing those things, I knew that I thought it was freedom at first, but I was never vigilant, like you said. I was never cautious, like you said. Now I am. Now I'm able to be aware of the things that are around me and fight for the people that I've lost in the war. But most importantly, the experiences that I've had since such young, it's like it don't even ever make sense to me sometimes what happens. But one thing I realized that there's nothing for me to question because it's all part of God's greater plan, and that's all I can trust in.
So you're able to now start looking at things and maybe getting an understanding of why you went through what you went through.
Exactly.
But so you're saying it was in the environment that was really, that brought you into street life?
Yeah, and also I used to get into a lot of altercations on the streets. I don't know, because it was like I knew people, but I didn't know people at the same time. So it was like people were trying to try to fight me on the streets, but I always remained still and strong and fought back no matter what happened. No matter what happened, I didn't even know how to fight back then, but I would still attempt. I would still try, and that was the most important thing I ever learned, to still try. But now it's important that I do, so better than trying is to do.
Okay.
And now I'm doing it and living it. People are seeing through it.
Okay. So you sound like you got a lot of wisdom in the time that you've been here.
Yeah.
And is that from where does that wisdom stem from?
I say it stems from my brother, my older brother. Deji, he's a person where he sees life from a broad perspective, and the way he sees things, I'm able to also be in the same limelight, in the same eyes that he's able to see things. Because when I was younger, he used to always speak to me, and I'd kind of be an ignorant person, but I realized that my ignorance is my own loss. If I'm gonna not be listening to people, then that's only my loss. If the teacher are gonna try to tell me something, then I'm not willing to hear it, that's me failing the test already before the test has even begun. So when he's trying to tell me something and I'm not trying to hear it, it's almost like that split second I'm not picking it up, but later on I'm gonna pick it up.
Okay.
It may not be that instant moment, but that period of next week, next month, I feel it within myself, and it's a lasting feeling. Like, it's not a feeling that you can just fade away or that ever fades away, but it's a feeling that still remains with me. And through his wisdom and intellect of what life means to him, I'm able to pick up on what it means to me. Because through the people you meet, people in this world are going to be two-faced, are going to be having a character when they meet you and having a character when they don't meet you.
Yeah.
It's like living two lives at once, but I've always known to remain still and be the person that I'm ever in the room and out the room, which is important.
So you're talking about integrity, basically.
100%.
Being who you are when nobody's looking.
100%.
And what you just said was quite powerful, because you're saying that the wisdom that your brother gave you, you was able, straight away you didn't digest the wisdom, but it went somewhere. And then you was over time able to put that wisdom, apply it to your own wisdom, your own experience, your own understanding, and move forward.
100%.
Powerful. So what would you say some of the challenges, some of the most, impactful challenges that you've had to kind of get through to be here?
Yeah, so impactful challenges that have made me. One thing I will say is, when you have an impact that makes such a dramatic change to your life, you realize that it's for a lesson or for a greater cause. So when that thing happens to me, it's like, I know it's a lesson for the greater cause of living a life. So I think one of the main things in my life that I kind of took as a punch in my face was when I found out I had a sister, and she died before I was born. Figuring that I had a sister that is not able to see this existence no more, it was like, to me, I know what I've got to fight for now. I know that I've got people in a race that didn't finish, and I've got to finish it for them.
So that's what you was referring to when you were saying fighting the fight for people that are no longer here.
100%.
That's deep. And I know that recently, brother, that currently, not even recently, currently you're going through something that you shared with me off camera. Do you wanna share?
Yeah, I'll touch upon that. So, one of my best friends died this week in the fire. He was 16. He knew a lot of people, and it touched a lot of hearts when it happened. And one of the people that he knew is in a coma as we speak right now. So for everyone's going through a tough situation. But for me, I'd say I just got to cope with it and know that I can't question on it. I just got to live with it. And yesterday at the memorial, I remember saying to myself, like, I just kept on shaking my head because, like, it was like at that point I knew that I have to believe it, even though I didn't want to, but I had to.
Yeah.
Some things in life you don't want to ever believe that are going on, but you just got to face with it. It's like a punch you don't expect coming. That's a knockout, you know, and everything is blurred. Your vision, you can't see things clearly. You're trying to get up, you can't even get up. That's exactly how I felt at that moment. Like, how do I get out from this?
Yeah.
And then I'm kind of taking the time slowly to almost digest and know what really has happened and has happened. And obviously for this week, for their family, I send my condolences to them as well. You know, and today we'll be doing a little something for him, as to show all our respect for him, because he left a great impact. And like I said, that great impact is gonna make a great lesson for me.
Yeah. What's this young person's name, bro?
His name's called Junior Balidine.
Pardon?
Junior Balidine.
Okay.
That's what he goes by. Same school, we spoke to each other, we rode with each other. We were always the people that we would always make banter on, because he knew I boxed, right?
Yeah.
So every time that he would speak to me, he was like, I know I have you in a fight. And it's not backing away from that. But it was just that little joy, that connection that we had, that it was almost like mutual. Like, you know, like, it's just like, to even describe it now was even hard, because like, we knew each other on a level that people didn't know each other. We knew each other on a banter level, which is like, we're always spreading jokes. For that person to now be gone, it's like, who's there to joke with now?
Yeah.
Life is serious. I gotta take it serious now. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, I want to personally, I never knew the young brother, but through speaking to you, I want to personally send my condolences to his family, bro, and just let you know that sincerely, I hope that you can continue to process everything that's going on, and I pray that his name lives on, Junior's name lives on, and how his name is going to live on is by people like yourself, his family, to continue to talk about him and share his memories, you know?
Yeah.
Obviously right now it's a lot to process, and we all deal with death in different ways, you know what I mean? A question now in relation to that, King. Talk to me a little about your faith and if that's helped you be able to process and get through this situation, or how it has.
So initially I was raised in church, so like it was like a point where, or even before, I kind of just joined my family to on the ride to the car to church, but never seeing it for myself, never seeking it for myself. It was almost because it was almost like it became something that was of a normal lifestyle, something that I had to be accustomed to, like, or like almost live to, like an assignment.
Yeah.
But now I'm realizing that over the couple of years that I've stuck on boxing, I've got to see the faith in myself. I've got to seek the faith in myself as well. You know, I've got to really see what it's about. I've got to really have my own dependence on it, because I can't depend on others. I can't depend on my friends forever.
Truly.
You know, as long as they teach me the ways of living life, but I've still got to find the ways of living life myself.
Truly.
And open that Bible and read the Bible for myself. And I've been doing that for the years I've been living since the experiences, since whatever, but I've still got to remain still and strong.
What's some of your favorite books in the Bible that you gravitate towards?
I like Timothy, I like Psalms, I like Proverbs as well, inspired by the wisdom, inspired by the lessons lived to attain wisdom, because when we pray for patience, God never gives us patience exactly. He gives us the opportunity to be patient.
Give you the lessons.
When we want to ask for kindness, God never gives us kindness. He gives us the opportunity to be kind to others, to lend to those who need it most, you know.
Truly.
He gives you the key times, the moments, the lessons for you to be able to attain that. And I feel like that's the point he's taking me through right now. The points to, and the lessons to live, like this, the death. I've got to struggle with that, but I'm not struggling by myself. Even at the same time when I'm fighting, I'm not fighting myself, because I know he's in the room with me. I'm fighting with a greater priorities, greater purpose. And with that, I'm able to stand on still and win on stronger.
You see, a lot of what you just said there resonates with me personally, even in relation to the boxing. I used to box as well, and I used to say that although people think it's just you in the ring, it's not. No. You're in there with your creator as well. Yeah. And once you've got the acknowledgement of that, it makes you, it gives you a different fight, it gives you a different drive. And also, in relation to religion, faith, I, like yourself, I grew up in a Christian household. And when I reached a certain age in life, I realized, hold on, just like yourself, I don't want to get to my last days and be relying on what my parents have taught me. I need to go through my own experiences and have my own faith. So I feel like, although I wouldn't say I'm religious, I know that the Most High is real, and I rely on the Most High, and exactly what you said, faith. There's certain things that I've had to go through. I prayed for faith, but then I started getting lessons to test my faith. Yeah. So, yeah, powerful, bro, powerful. What about reading? You read a lot?
Yeah, a guy like me, I'm a big believer in those who are willing to read or those who are willing to learn. And when you're willing to learn, you're gonna gain to earn. And I wanna earn it all. I wanna know that because I'm learning, I'm gonna earn. And that's a quote I read from a book called The Power of Discipline.
Okay.
You know, and in that book it talks a lot about the requirements of discipline, the viewpoints of discipline, you know, how it molds your mind, emotionally, spiritually, physically important, you know, and the times too as well. Like it's like you're not living a normal life when you have discipline. And I see that through boxing. I see that through the experiences that I live. You're not living a normal life because you've got to live a life beyond that. You've got to wake up earlier to do the things that you want to do. You've got to sacrifice the things you don't want to sacrifice. And that's what discipline is. Discipline is doing the things you hate to do, but doing it like you love to do it. And that's the quote by Mike Tyson as well.
So it's what is it? Where do you think you get that drive to stay disciplined? What is it that keeps you going?
I say it's my family.
Okay.
I say it's my family a lot of the time because through everything, my parents, my siblings, it's like they've almost seen the character that is being authentic within me. And I feel like that authentic self that I've got to live on forever. Like me being authentic is gonna keep people knowing who I really am and imagine the person I am. And being a person that's very charismatic but gentle, you know. And you wouldn't see that in the face of a fighter like me. Like when you look at my face, you don't see that I would probably be a boxer or whatever. But internally, the scars and battles that I've been through, that's what I faced. That's what I face. Even physically, sometimes the scars will tell you what I've been on. The scars on my face, on my body, those will tell you what I've been through, and that's strong. Yeah.
What I got from what you just said as well is that there's things that you've been through that your scars can show, but then there's also things that you've been through that would never really show. You know what I mean? Yeah. And you're talking about authenticity, being real. So in relation to your friendship circles, what do you think some of the challenges of the younger generation, your generation, are facing in terms of peer groups and trying to remain real to themselves?
I think most of the people are trying to hide behind a mirror and never face themselves really. Because most people now don't really know themselves. You know, they want to always be on a crowd, and I always say comparison is the biggest thief of joy. That's a quote by Kevin Gates, and for me that inspires. When you compare yourself to others a lot, you never face real joy. You never face real joy because you're living a life of others. You're living the expectations of others' lives. Is that the life that you're called to live? A life of others? Never that. You gotta live a life of purpose, and you gotta find that. And I found out how many years ago, and I'm fulfilling that purpose through the pain that I faced. So my pain is turning into the purpose. My passion, my desires is what I'm fighting for.
So transforming your pain.
Yeah, and one thing I say is, my head coach, Chris Lodge, when I spoke to him about my granddad's passing, he was like, you know what you've got to fight for now. And having him said that, it was like, and I even spoke about this before when I said, when I first started boxing, it was like, I knew I had power, but it was like I was missing something else.
Mm-hmm.
And then it clicked within me when he said that purpose. So purpose plus power equals what? Equals win. It equals you winning in life. You know, it equals you holding on, remaining on still, and having that, it was like cool. That it switched for me. I started realizing clear. I started seeing clearly. I started rationalizing myself and knowing what really is about me now. Because having that close death to me, it meant a lot. My granddad, he was the guy that was inspired by fighting a lot of the times.
Yeah, when did you lose your granddad?
This was last month.
Oh, so very recently.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah. So if you're lost, my brother,
Gotta keep on.
so if you're there, so do you feel like the wisdom that your grandfather passed on to you is still within you?
Despite I didn't know him, or I guess I met him, but I guess once in my lifetime. But the key moments of it was the character that he left on, and right till the death, he remained in prayer. His last word was, "Take me to my room, I want to pray."
Wow.
Imagine that as your last words. Seeing your creator when you say that. Come on now.
That's powerful, bro.
It is.
That's powerful.
It is.
Very powerful. Very powerful. I think it's. I think that's the thing. It doesn't matter what age you are. I believe in stage.
Yeah.
So like the stage you're at in your life, even though you've only been here 16 years, you're looking at things from the right point of view.
Perspective, yeah.
You know, by perspective, you know. And it's powerful to hear that. It's powerful to hear that. And before that, you spoke about knowledge of self, knowing yourself. Elaborate a little bit more on that.
Like you said, the knowledge of yourself is better than knowing yourself is better than knowing others. People right now want to live on others' expectations, but never face themselves hiding behind a mirror. Never coming in confrontation of what you're living a life of. And I know what I live a life of, but do others? Possibly not. But I know what I remain in. I know that I had to pull myself out of the mud, out the trenches, and then build on from there. You know, clean myself, make myself aware of what's around me. The struggles that I've fought for and that I'm fighting for is something that is deep and that requires many people to be keeping their head up, you know. And like you said, you don't believe in ages, so do I. I don't believe in ages, I believe in stages. Stages is what takes you far. Stages are the ones that allow you to reach a level where people are not able to see. And I've seen it a lot, especially when people come up to me and I speak to them, they be like, they ain't imagine no 16-year-old speaking to me like this. They ain't never imagine it, but it's what the stages of life I've been through that have took me from where I have to be. Like, and one thing that it is the spiritual maturity. People see the spiritual and the physical maturity. People my age right now are just going to be banning and laughing on jokes, but like I said, there is no jokes. It is cool here to have a fun, to have a laugh, but forever on, a joke isn't what we're here to live on. It's life. It's
So
life and death.
So you're saying balance, basically. It's like knowing when to smile, but also taking life seriously, basically. Is that what you're talking
100%.
about? You see, when you talk about looking into yourself and being able to face the man in the mirror, a lot of people find it hard to face parts of their self, and other parts of themselves they don't find it hard to face. How do you deal with the parts of yourself that you haven't been so comfortable with? How are you able to just work on that?
You're right, because sometimes we don't want to be or have the experiences to experience it, but it's like puzzles and pieces. You got to put them together and sort them out yourself. It's like equations in your head sometimes when you don't understand things. You wanna try to find where the puzzles and pieces are and put them together. But one thing I do say is, when you're on a lesson and you get things right, you don't want to ask questions about it. But when you're listening and you don't get things right, you want to ask what the question is about.
Yep.
But sometimes, and it is easy to ask the question, why? But sometimes we need to bury ourselves down and know that we shouldn't be asking a question, because realistically, it's like, why are we asking a question of what God already knows what the answer is for?
So are you saying basically sometimes you're asking a question that you already know the answer to? Is that what you're basically saying?
You may not find an answer right then, but you're going to find an answer soon. Sometimes people are trying to rush, thinking that time is cut down so short, but the lessons that you're going to still live on are what the time is taking for.
Well, I wanna leave something with you as well that helped me. I feel like I may help a lot of other people. I feel like, for me, taking accountability for my life, and what I mean by that is how I started to look at things that made me change my paradox. Was anything that is good happening that I deem as good, I give the Most High thanks for. But anything that seems, just call it bad for layman's terms. Bad, I take responsibility. Not to where I'm blaming myself, but I'm not looking outside of myself. So what that does is it always allows me to be accountable and be responsible for my life, instead of always blaming other people, you know?
And I feel like my mentors that I've had in my life, Marshall, Lazarus especially, when I found my purpose, it was in church. You know, we was in church, and that was when I found the purpose of living a life of what I need to do. I was in church and we were doing pads with Marshall. He was telling me about his experiences, which were similar to my experiences. Him in street life, where he was in church. He had cigarettes coming out his pockets in church. And now he's a mentor, he's a guidance to others' life, and especially being to my life as well. Because when I found that purpose in church, he was like, that's something very, very rare people are gonna have, where you're gonna find your purpose in church. It's almost like it's satisfied, it's almost like it's set, you know what I'm saying? But it's never staged, you know? And then I was even speaking to him a couple of weeks ago, and he was like, yo, look how far you come, bro. Look how far God is taking you. And then this week, my brother was telling me, just no matter what happens in life, you've got to remain and know that God is the one who's taking the places. And through my coaches as well, they've believed me from the beginning. They've taken me through all sorts, you know, and I feel like it's almost a family. Like the gym I go to is a community. And they're gonna like I speak upon this because most of the times, or most of the people in the gyms it's like a job. You go and get the job in and get out. You know what I'm saying? But behind that, there really is community. There really is a sense of love between everyone. And I say boxing is therapeutic.
Therapeutic, yeah.
Boxing is very therapeutic.
100%.
Because you're in a ring with that guy, and 99% of the times is cool. We're fighting, but we're fighting for something else. We're fighting to help each other. Because when we go in to fight realistically for war, we know what we've been through the trenches. And it's just like that unclothed cover of what we've been through, what we faced through together to get through the war. And fight through the war and win through the war. And I remember my last fight that I fought for, it was for my granddad. That's what I fought for. And I straight away I gave thanks to the Most High. Great thanks to my coaches, because they believed in me from the beginning, and they've seen the change that I've had. They've seen what boxing really means to me, and what it means to me doesn't mean to others, because boxing for everyone is different. Boxing for me is real, it's authentic, it's therapeutic.
Well, I can see that you got a lot of wisdom for your young years, and I can see that your life, you're gonna be an example for many years to come. And just the same way I am now at a stage where I'm a psychotherapist and I'm able to not only give people a place to talk, but allow my wisdom, my experiences to help others. I know that people are gonna be gaining from your experiences. And again, in relation to your granddad, what I find deep is, even though you might not have had that much deep rapport with him, genetically, there's still things that are inwoven. Spiritually, there's still things that are inwoven, you know?
I feel like there's things that he's left and that I've took from what he's passed away. The person that he was also, he was a person where he was gentle at heart. And I'm also a person that's gentle at heart. But then when we get in that ring, different. It's different. It's like Terence Crawford. They believe to him a personality of a true fighter. Look at the life that he's lived and that he's left through boxing, because he's accomplished it all.
He's accomplished it all, yeah.
What else is there for him to do? He fought the best of the best. And by the end of my boxing career, I want to say that I was able to set my sights up for the things I wanted to do. And for the years living beyond me, I want to say that a current world champion, and people have came up to my face and said that they see a future world champion. And I believe that, a future world champion. And not just for the belts, because I don't claim these earthly titles. I claim what God has sent me here for, which is the mission. And by the end of the mission, I want to say I've accomplished it.
Well, I got the chance to meet Terence Crawford face to face when I was in Vegas years ago. And you've just said that, you've just put it out there that you're going to be a world champion one day. And let's make that a declaration, bro, and confirm that right now. 100%. As we're here together, we'll say, yeah, this is what it is. You know what I mean? And this is where it's like you're going to take it to a level that you didn't even know you're going to take it to. You're going to reach people that you didn't even know you was going to reach. You know what I mean? The Most High is with you. He's not outside of. He's not. He's within. So, lastly, bro, where do you want to be in years to come? What can you see yourself doing? Where do you want to be?
I want to see myself working with others, leaving a stain, leaving the impact of positivity, of not negativity, but of the people that are still trying to uncover what their real self are. And know that when you're boxing, you don't have to be proud, you don't have to be boastful, you don't have to be ignorant, stagnant. You have to have the characters and the attributes of the fruits of the spirit. You have to be patient, loving, kind, because that's what carries you in the ring. Being patient, you know, kindness, showing respect after the fight, even sometimes before the fight. Because when you're in the ring, you've got to be patient sometimes. You've got to be calculated, you've got to be calm. You've got to know what your opponent wants to possess against you. Because he's trying to use your weaknesses as his strengths. You've got to be aware of that before you step in the ring. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely.
It's those tactics. And the book I was reading on the way here, The Art of War by Shang-Zi, he was saying a lot about that, the tactics of what your opponents are wanting to spill before you go into war. They need to know what you're going for war to do. They need to know what the purpose is that you're fighting for. You know what I'm saying? And I'm putting it out there now what I'm fighting for. And wherever I'm fighting for, wherever those people are going to fight for me, I'm fighting for myself most importantly. You know what I'm saying?
Powerful, my brother, powerful. I'm looking forward to seeing your boxing journey. And in closing, I want to say this. You said something that was quite powerful about the heart, and your heart being gentle, but when you go in the ring, you're the animal, you have to show yourself. But remember, the Most High has got his warriors, you know, and you're one of them.
100%.
You know what I mean? You think the Most High's warriors are not going to be ruthless? Right.
You know what I'm saying?
You know what I mean? So, yeah, this is what I'm getting for what you just said. You know? Yeah, my brother, before we leave, is there anything you want to say to the audience? You want to plug your socials? Let my audience know, my family.
I'm going to do something different, and I'm going to say a message to my future self.
Powerful.
A current world champion, WBC, RBO, WBF, reigning all the titles, possibly, and most importantly, setting the sights and seeing everything that God has ever wanted me to see. Thanking my coaches from Peckham, London Community Boxing, who believed in me since the beginning and still are believing in me, and are going to carry through for me wherever I'm going in, the direction, the path that I'm taking in, the steps that I'm going to be leading to. My family, most importantly, my brothers, the family I've lost, they're going to remember the stain of what Elisha Lawal, a genuine, means for them. And if you want to follow my journey, that's Elite on Instagram. and you're gonna see me most definitely on places that, on the pedestals that you ain't never gonna imagine a young person like me seeing because of the stages I've been through, and you're gonna see it soon, most definitely. All love.
All right, people, I'm here with future world champion Elijah, and it's been an honor to be able to sit down with him and reason with him. And you know what? When I started opening my platform for the younger generation to speak, this is what I imagined. He reached out to me, and we don't know each other from nowhere, but there's so many differences between us, you know what I mean? Or should I say similarities? That's what I meant to say. So all praise due to the Most High. I'm the therapeutic author, and yeah, I hope you can take something, or I know you will take something from this interview, because it's been powerful. My family, more love, you know?
More love.
More love. Peace and love.
I told myself that money would never be a factor. Now I'm laughing at Benny Hanna's with benefactors. My soul for an artist love with them giant raptors. My chef cooking that steak and lobster on giant platters. Forsaking all again for this path of master. Path to disaster and saved by the master. I'm hearing they laughter, Drunk off my own grapes, yes I'm blasted. Pockets is fatter. Without peace, what does it matter? Manifesting this madness. My career's center stage, you just a sideshow. Carrying the shame everywhere that I go. Ain't no way this can continue, I know. But do I want that mercy or that mercy lie go?